So let's talk about a huge question for anyone trying to break into a creative field today. How in the world do you actually learn motion design? Seriously, with all the courses and tutorials out there, it is so easy to get completely lost. Okay, we're going to dive in and build a real strategic roadmap for your career. Does this look familiar to you? You know the feeling. You've got like a dozen tabs open, a whole folder packed with online courses you've started but never finished, and you're just bouncing from one tutorial to the next. You feel super busy, right? But are you actually getting anywhere? This feeling is totally normal, but don't worry, there is a much smarter way to do this. Now, the strategy we're about to break down isn't just some random theory. It comes from someone with some serious street cred. We're talking 15 years deep in the industry, working with some of the biggest clients you can imagine. This is a battle-tested approach straight from the heart of the action. So let's get to it. We're going to lay out a super clear, step-by-step plan that'll get you out of that endless loop of just watching videos and get you into the driver's seat, actively creating. This is all about building a real, solid career. All right, first up, let's really figure out what the problem is. The biggest issue for anyone learning today isn't that there aren't enough resources. It's actually the complete opposite. It's a huge challenge of focus in an age where we're drowning in information. And this just nails it, doesn't it? It's that YouTube tutorial rabbit hole. You watch one video, and then the next one looks interesting, and then another. You feel really productive, you feel like you're learning stuff, but without a specific project to apply it to, all that knowledge just poof, it evaporates. You're just spinning your wheels, not actually moving forward. Okay, so if the problem is a lack of focus, then the solution has to start with your mindset. Let's look at how to build a totally new foundation for the way you learn. This whole section is about shifting your internal approach before you even think about opening After Effects. So here are the 3 core principles you got to adopt. First, and this is a big one, focus on one thing at a time. Don't try to learn After Effects and Cinema 40 and some new AI tool all in the same week. Second, you have to accept that you're going to be a lifelong learner. The tools are always going to change. That's just a fact. And third, you need to embrace this really powerful idea called just-in-time learning. So what exactly is this? Well, instead of learning things just in case you might need them someday, just-in-time learning means you learn a specific technique or a plugin because you need it for a project you're working on right now. This makes the knowledge stick so much better because it has an immediate, real-world use. Okay, once you have that focus mindset dialed in, it's time to get practical. You know, a goal without a plan is really just a wish. So this section is all about turning that ambition of yours into a real, actionable strategy. Now, this is such a brilliant way to structure your year. You break it down into quarters. So instead of having some vague goal like, I want to get better at motion design, you create these focused, tangible missions. Maybe quarter 1 is all about mastering a new design system. Quarter 2 is for creative skill, like storytelling. And hey, look at quarter 3, a planned break. That is so important for letting everything you've learned really sink in. And why is all this planning so critical? Because it should all be leading to one thing, creating personal projects. As this quote says, clients and studios are going to look at your personal work to see what you're really passionate about and what you can do when you're in charge. Your portfolio is your single most important asset, period. And it's built by actually doing the work. This brings us to a super important point. Look, knowing the software is great, but software skills can become outdated. These skills, though, they are timeless. Great storytelling, solid copywriting, fundamental design principles. These are the bedrock of a career that lasts. They're what will make you valuable no matter what new tech comes along. Oh, and don't forget marketing yourself. If nobody knows you're out there, your incredible talent goes unnoticed. All right, you've got the mindset, you've got the plan. But here's the thing, you can't learn this stuff in a vacuum. The final piece of this puzzle is connection. If you really want to accelerate your growth, you've got to tap into the collective brainpower of the community. So how do you do that? Well, here are 3 fantastic ways. Honestly, the fastest way to learn is to work side by side with other pros in a studio. If that's not an option right now, dive into online communities on places like LinkedIn, but don't just post your work and run. Actually engage with people. And finally, you just can't beat meeting your peers face-to-face at industry events. And when it comes to networking, this right here, this is the secret sauce. It's a total game changer. When you approach people thinking, hey, how can I help this person? Or what can I add to this conversation? Instead of, what can I get from them? That's when you build real, genuine, long-lasting relationships. That is the secret to a powerful professional network. Okay, so let's bring this all home. We've talked about the mindset, the strategy, and the community. This is your complete guide to finally taking control of your learning journey. If you only remember one thing from all of this, let it be this three-part framework. First, focus your learning so you don't get stuck in that tutorial rabbit hole. Second, build a strategic plan to turn what you learn into actual projects. And third, connect with your community to learn faster than you ever could alone. Focus, plan, connect. That's it. That's the roadmap. So there you have it, a clear path forward, built on principles that work for people at the very top of the industry. That endless, confusing sea of tutorials has been replaced by a concrete plan. The only question left is the one you're looking at right now. You have the roadmap. What are you going to create first?